All right, well, it's Thursday, and happy Thursday, I guess. If you haven't joined us before and kind of followed what's happening over the past couple of days, we just have kind of spent some time together opening up God's Word. My name is T. Lusk, and had life been normal, I would have been able to spend the past couple of days with you as high school students at Beach Week. But life's not normal, but I get to spend time with you right here, and I'm really thankful for this. Just a second to be able to kind of open up God's Word together. Over the past several days, what we've been working through is a passage in Acts chapter 2, verses 42 really is kind of our spot, but really the whole passage, 42 through 47, is what I'm asking you guys to kind of read and think about. On Monday, we read through chapter 1, Tuesday, chapter 2, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, just to slowly read through Acts chapter 2, verses 42 through 47, and just ask God that question of what are you doing about in my life, and what are you active and what are you calling me to as a result of what I'm reading. Today we're going to focus on the next thing in this passage in 42, because in 42 it says they devoted themselves to the apostles' teachings. We talked about that Monday. They devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching. We talked about that Tuesday. That was right, Tuesday. Sorry. To the fellowship, we talked about that yesterday. And today it says the breaking of bread. And we don't have a whole lot of time. Obviously, I'm trying to keep this short, but there's really kind of three things that I want to kind of point to in this passage. What are we talking about when they say breaking of bread? Right? There's lots of different scholars have different thoughts on this, and we're going to get to what kind of all three of those layers real quick. The first is this, that they sat and they gave thanks. Right? What's one of those things that you do whenever you sit down to have a meal? Right? Maybe it's a practice in your home. Maybe it's not. Maybe that's something you want to adopt. But even Jesus, when he shared that last meal with his disciples, it says that he took the bread, he broke it, and he gave thanks. And one of the things that we do when we sit together and have a meal together and break bread together is that we stop and we give thanks. That them devoting themselves to the apostles' teaching and to the fellowship and to the breaking of bread is that devotion to giving thanks. And secondly, it's a devotion to sharing life together. We talked about this a little bit yesterday, but it's even stepping a little bit closer in. Because listen, when you invite somebody over to your house and you sit around the table, you're sharing life with them. You've moved from the high five in the church to you're in my house, you're in my business. You see the mess that we've made. I want to share life together by breaking bread together. And lastly, what a lot of the scholars and folks that are read and kind of even thinking about and preparing for this moment is this, that they talk about this being an act of celebrating communion or the Lord's Supper, that breaking of the bread that Jesus initiated or transitioned the meaning of when he shared it with the disciples, because the people of God had done that for years and years in the Old Testament. But here he gives the fullness of that meaning to it by saying, I'm the bread that you're breaking. I'm the Passover meal. I'm the lamb that would be sacrificed. And he says, do this in remembrance of me. And so ultimately, when we sit and we break bread together, we're sharing life, right? We're giving thanks, but ultimately, we're remembering what Jesus has done for us. What a special thing for us to say that what we're doing in devoting ourselves to the breaking of bread is that sharing that life and giving thanks, but all the time, over and over, remembering Jesus gave his life for you and I. That we have hope, that we have joy, that we have peace because Jesus gave his life as a sacrifice. So I just ask you this today, when you're breaking bread, are you giving thanks for what Jesus has done in your life? Who is it that you've broke bread and you've shared life with? Maybe the best thing for you to do today is just to write a note to somebody that you've shared life with, that's come alongside you and loved you and you've shared life with, and send that to them and let them know, man, you've shared life with me, but ultimately, I want you to spend the day today remembering what Jesus has done for you, because it transforms everything. And we can't miss that. I can't wait for tomorrow, because this all kind of culminates in what they devote themselves to lastly, and it is thrilling. So I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Happy Thursday. We'll see you tomorrow as we close it out. Later, guys.